Hey everybody, Kieran Murray here with my incredibly talented, sexy, smart co-host, Miss.
Sherry Murray.
Right on, there we go. We're back here for
You
another
caught me with a cashew.
So we're back here with another episode of Bottom of the Bottle. And here's what we do. So we pour some wine. So we poured some wine. These are healthy pours. So bottom of the bottle.
I think instead of bottom of the bottle, it might be all of the bottle.
Yeah.
With these glasses.
Well, it is because we can actually pour half a bottle in each glass. So that's kind of what I do now. So here's what we do is we drink the top half of the bottle and then we come to you when we're drinking the bottom half of the bottle and bring a video. We're maybe a little bit ahead of schedule now. We haven't really drank the top half quite yet, but we thought we just need to get on it, right? Let's go. So here's who we're featuring tonight is our friends at Patterson Cellars. So by the way, so we're not talking about a particular wine or wines, what they taste like, why we like them, because our palates just aren't that sophisticated.
We're learning and we're getting there, but it would be quite comical if we even tried to pretend. So we just won't.
But for some of you, we could just make stuff up and you wouldn't know the difference anyway. So.
But for those of you who would know the difference, we would really look kind of dumb.
It kind of makes you wonder if people make it up when they're talking to us because they know we don't know the difference, right?
They might. They might think it's really funny to like say something that's in there and it really isn't, just to see if we went, oh yeah, I can totally taste that, right? And their insides, they're like, oh my god, such newbies.
So we're drinking wine. We have this awesome, awesome
it's
charcuterie board.
Now.
And we're in the middle of it. So we're just going to continue on having our charcuterie board and this awesome wine.
Earlier.
So this particular wine, this is a Red Mountain Cuvée that we were recommended. So we just went to the Soto tasting room. So Patterson has 4 tasting rooms. We've been to 3 of them. And we were in Soto a week and a half ago, last Saturday, I think. Yeah.
Was it?
Last Saturday.
And
the tasting room manager, Javin, is just an awesome guy.
Yeah.
Had a blast with them. Made us feel like $1 million. Brought out some awesome wine. We'll talk about that charcuterie board in a second. That was like...
It makes mine look really kind of pathetic.
But when we left, I was asking him about, we were going to buy a couple bottles to take with us. And he was recommending to us the Cuvée, and we hadn't tasted it, and I just went based on Javin's recommendation. And we are happy to report that, Javin, you are safe because this Cuvée is...
It's fabulous. It's beyond fabulous.
Like on our scale. So our scale is because we're unsophisticated. It's good shit, gooder shit, good as shit, mondo good shit, really, really good shit. It's like way up there. It's high up on the scale.
We've got the mondo good shit happening.
So before we get to talking about, we're already talking about Patterson, but here's something cool we learned just today.
Oh, I was going to say, where's the bottle?
That's kind of funny. We didn't even know this before today. So just today we learned that.
So for those of you who don't pay attention, like apparently we don't.
So on the Patterson bottles, this right here is a peel-off label. It's a pull tab. So can you do that with your fingernail? So, see that? So it comes off like this. And when we pulled this one off, it says, "Don't throw me away. Present this ticket on your next visit to our tasting room, and we'll waive 1 tasting fee from Patterson Cellars."
Isn't that cool?
Isn't that cool? So we've had, I don't know how many Patterson Cellars bottles that we've just thrown away because we didn't even know that was here. So do not throw away your Patterson Cellars wine bottles until you do the pull tab and find out. I wonder if they give away cars and $1 million and stuff.
I don't know.
They should say they should do like a car giveaway once a year to get people to buy more wine.
Really? It might work. It's a marketing strategy.
Or you just say you're going to give away.
Oh, I think that'd
be
not
bad.
Be good.
That's got to be illegal, right?
So,
that's the Patterson Cellar bottle. So let's talk about. We don't talk about the wines because
let's talk about our Patterson experience.
So which one? So we've been to the Woodinville Warehouse District. That was last summer.
Yep.
And then most recently we went to Hollywood.
Yep.
And
then
I believe
most recently was Soto.
No, I mean after that. I'm going in progression.
Oh, okay.
I believe the lovely lady who took care of us in Hollywood was Lisa.
Lisa, I think so.
And that was awesome. So we actually had a table. This was when they just like within
They just
days,
opened it up so that you could roll up the doors,
Yeah,
and as long as the doors and the ventilation was going through, that you could taste some inside or seat some inside.
and we happened to score a seat inside right by the fireplace. It kept us warm. It was
Amazing.
like,
We had just come from a couple of tastings where we were outside and we were freezing. I don't do well in the cold. So it was so awesome to be able to go in, be inside, and sit next to the fireplace.
It was. And it's a cool place. And so if you've ever been to the Hollywood area, you know about the only thing that sucks about Hollywood is the parking. Right? And that's everywhere you go. It's just the parking is just not very fun. But
we got really super lucky.
Yeah, we parked. Yeah, we got right there. And so there's so many wineries right there in Hollywood that you can taste it. So many of them, and we've been to quite a few of them. We've never been to Patterson at that particular facility yet, so I'm glad we went by. There's a really cool pizza place right next door that you can order the pizza and they'll bring it to you at Patterson. And I heard the pizza was spectacular, although we didn't order it.
And I bet you pairing it with some of their wines would be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to try that. We should do that.
So that was awesome. We loved going to Hollywood. And then we went to Soto. So the one thing that we were concerned about going to Soto was it's in Seattle, and obviously Seattle's been in the news in the last year with the different protests and goofy things going on. So it's always a little bit nerve-wracking to go to Seattle. We just don't go very often. But we had a chance to go. We'd never been to the Soto Urban Works where Patterson is.
And it's even though it's Seattle, it's far enough south away from everything that's going on right now in Seattle that you don't even really feel like you're in the same area at all. So it's super safe, super fine. Yep.
And that's what we were even asking everyone in Soto was, did any of the stuff happen and never come down this way? It never did, never has. And so there's like, in Soto Urban Works, there's like 9 or 10 wineries.
Right.
But in Seattle itself, there's like about 25 or 30 tasting rooms, which we weren't aware that there was actually any. We didn't know that wine drinking in Seattle was even a thing, right?
Right.
So Patterson was our last stop out of 3 last Saturday. And we get there, and we had gotten a message that someone named Javin was going to be there to take care of us. And so that was our first time meeting Javin, and I got to tell you, awesome.
Well, the message was come hungry because he's making something special for you. We had no idea what that was. Yeah,
so we had this. So we get there and we had the wines ready to go. But he brings out this charcuterie board that was, first of all, the board itself.
The board itself was beautiful.
Was gorgeous. It was a gorgeous board if there was no food on it. But then you start putting the food on, and it was huge. It was gorgeous. It was, and the stuff that was on there paired so well with the wines.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was.
So this is really funny. So he's not a big berry kind of guy. He doesn't like berries, strawberries, or anything. And there were strawberries.
You're talking about me or Javin?
I'm talking about you.
I was going to say, how do you know Javin that well?
Well, I don't yet.
Yeah.
But Kieran doesn't like berries very much, and there was strawberries on there. And when Javin had brought out the rosé that they had, I happened to have a strawberry and then took a drink of the rosé, and I was like, holy crap, you've got to try this. He actually had a strawberry, drank it, had the same reaction, ate more strawberries. I'm like, okay, so apparently, note to self, if I want Kieran to eat more strawberries, apparently I have to pair it with Patterson Rosé. It was fantastic. Yeah,
but here's the funny part. So we don't drink a lot of whites. And when we do buy whites, we bring them home. So we have some whites on the garage, but sometimes we buy whites because our neighbor across the street over there, she likes whites, and so we bring them home for her, and she ends up liking them. But this was the first time.
Usually the only time we buy a rosé is for Lauren.
That's true. It's true. So we never buy rosés to bring home. Yep. So this was the first time that this one happened. Is when we were pairing that rosé with the strawberries, and it actually paired well
there
with the cheeses.
Cheese that they had. I don't remember what the cheese was, but it was fantastic.
And there was like a fig jam or something. I don't even know what it was.
Right.
And so everything, about half of the stuff on that board paired really well with that rosé. So I asked Javin for a bottle of the rosé for us to drink.
Never happened.
To drink at the table, not to take home. But it was like, can you just bring us another bottle of rosé? We'll just bring a full bottle and we'll buy that one and we'll buy something else when we leave. But we want that rosé. That has never happened.
We typically skip the rosé tastings completely because they're just not, it's not our favorite. But this was really good. And then we paired it with the items on the charcuterie board, and it just, oh my gosh, it was out of this world. Awesome.
It was fantastic. So we did the rosé. We did, I don't even remember all that we drank. All of them were phenomenal. They were really, really good. Everything paired really, really well with the charcuterie. Mm-hmm. And then when we were leaving, though, I told. But
he's a pro, so I think he probably knew that. We're the novices that don't understand.
And then we were asked him, when we were leaving, and he suggested this bottle of cuvee, mm-hmm. which I was just like, done. I don't know anything about it, but I was like, done.
At this point, who are we to question the expert?
So we brought that home. We just cracked it open. We went before any pairing. We're like, oh my gosh, that's good. And so let me just tell you what the cuvee is. I know you can't see it, so. It is 37% Cab Franc, 36% Merlot, and 27% Cab Sauv. And it's from the Quintessence Vineyard over in Red Mountain.
And 100% awesomeness.
Oh, it is.
It's so good.
It could be, we've purchased, I think 4 or 5 different Patterson wines.
That's definitely one of my favorites.
I think this is probably my favorite. It is like, it's the bomb. I love it. I love it, love it. And it pairs well with the stuff that we're eating right now. And even without it, it's just awesome. Yep. But here's the cool part is now why we do these bottom of the bottles is, like I said, we don't have the sophisticated palates to tell you why a wine is good. We just like it or we don't, right? And I think there's probably a huge section of people out there that are like us. You don't know why you like it. You like it or you don't. And but what it does for us is when we have wines, particularly like in this case, when we have any Patterson wines, when we open up a Patterson bottle, it takes us back to Hollywood and being by the mm-hmm. fireplace and being, looking outside. It's a little bit chilly, but we're by the fireplace and we're warm. Or having a great discussion with Lisa in Hollywood. And I hope we got the name right, because if we don't have the name right, we're going to look really stupid. Or it takes us back to Javin and being at Soto and just what a great time we had. And the awesome charcuterie board and the awesome experience and seeing the space. Out of all the 3 of the spaces we've been to so far, I like Soto the best. It's really big. It's really ripe for a big Let's Talk About Northwest Wines event. So get ready for that. Hopefully this summer when things hopefully return to some sort of normalcy. We will definitely have an event there, but you got to come check that out. Mm-hmm. But the wine, when we open that, when we see the bottle, we start drinking it, that's what happens for us, is it takes us back to those experiences. And I know, talking to a lot of you, it's the same thing. You drink the wines, and as soon as you crack open whatever bottle from whatever winery, you're taken back to, triggers that memory. And so for us, that's what wine drinking is all about. It's about those memories and connecting with people and just being able to have an awesome time. And just life is too short not to drink the good wine, right?
That's right.
So
I'd say this is a really good Monday wine.
This is a good Monday through
or
Sunday
Tuesday wine or Wednesday wine, whatever day you're on, whatever day you're watching us with. But today just happens to be Monday, so it's a really good Monday wine.
It's awesome. Anything else you want to say about Patterson? I'll say this before we go. Heidi West, thank you for connecting with mm-hmm. those places so that we could go and do tastings, and you were directing traffic for us and helping us get in wherever. And we appreciate it. It's so awesome that we just feel like you were just taking care of us the whole way. So it was really, really cool for that. But every place we've been to has been really cool. Now we need to get to Leavenworth to go through that one. And then
we haven't tasted in Leavenworth at all.
We haven't been to Leavenworth, Chelan, Manson. We haven't been up to that area at all.
That whole area, we are totally, I don't want to say it, but we just haven't been there.
Yeah.
That's the word.
But we can say that Patterson is obviously one of our favorites because they've got some great wines, some great people. some great facilities, just some great stuff, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So our recommendation is, folks, when you want to go tasting wines, look up Patterson.
Cheers.
Go check them out. They have 4 locations. They're all over the Puget Sound, 2 in Woodinville, 1 in Soto, 1 over in Leavenworth. Have a good time. Definitely, if they have the cuvee available, I recommend that you buy a bottle. And I highly recommend you buy a bottle of that rosé. And
if they have strawberries in the back.
Oh, go pair it with strawberries, and there's some great cheese it pairs with. It was just phenomenal. So, Javin, thanks for all those recommendations. We loved it. Awesome. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys again sometime. Peace out. We love you guys. Cheers to you.
Cheers.